wood shop. Thank God for wood.
Go to you, Jim. What have you got stuff to show us today?
Yeah, a couple of weeks ago before the meeting, we got into CNC routing. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about doing CNC routing and making bowls and that sort of thing. And I guess it is possible, but it has a connotation where you put a block of wood in the lathe and push a button, or put it on the CNC and push a button and a bowl comes out the other end or something. And I don't see that ever being of real use, but it makes some fantastic blanks. This is a stool made with a puzzle piece on the top. You can make things, you can draw anything you want in AutoCAD and cut it out, and you cut on one side of the line to make the main piece, and then the inlay you cut on the other side of the line on another piece, contrasting piece, and it makes the blank. And it absolutely fits dead on. This is the top of that. This one, bottom.
Wait a minute. Go back to that bottom, if you would, for a minute. Am I seeing 3 different leg designs or just 2?
There's 3 legs.
Are they all the same?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not seeing.
The cross members, the maple part of the spreaders.
Got it.
This is the same puzzle piece done 4 times, interlocking, so they go all the way around. 2 in cherry and 2 in maple. It's fantastic what you can do with these things. You could do that on a scroll saw. Good luck, but anyway. This puzzle piece is the same shape as that one and the same shape as that one. They step around.
Are you limited by the radius of the bit?
Only in the corner, in the cutouts here. And if you use a smaller bit, you just have to do the whole thing slower. But I think this is about 3/8 of an inch across, maybe a 1/2 inch. I think I used a 1/4 inch bit on this thing. And that's it. I use the spreaders. I used to make these straight across, but it adds more interest to make this sort of slope. That's the bottom of it. The inlays here, these are cherry inlays. That's done with a Freud router inlay tool.
Why did you do that?
I don't know.
There's not a structural reason to get a wood socket or something like that.
No, it just added some interest, and I love using that thing. I did. When I first got it, I inlaid the table, the kitchen table. My wife was really impressed. Anyway, that's what the thing looks like sideways.
Very sharp.
And for people that really like my stools, I give them a stool sample. You can also do other things with it. This is a tray, mahogany, mahogany and maple. That's the top of it, the bottom of it. This is a bowl I did. This is in 2 layers. The bottom layer, these are 2 layers of cherry, about 1.5 inches thick. The bottom layer, this bottom is inlaid. When you do an inlay, it's usually about 1/8 of an inch thick. This inlay is over 1 inch thick, so you can actually get shape to go up the side. I have one regret. I should have made this center piece is round. It looks like it's plugged or something. I should have made that football shape too. That's actually part of the bottom blank. This thing just fits right in there.
Have you got a photo of the machine in action?
No, I don't.
Okay.
But that makes the bottom totally sherry. and the inlay actually comes up around the side. So this is the next thing. The inlay actually comes up around the sides, so it gives it depth. You could probably do 1.5 inches, maybe even 2 inches deep, especially if these radiuses aren't too small. You could probably get a 3/8 cutter in here and do a 2-inch deep inlay and put any shape you wanted in here. You could even write somebody's name if you wanted to spend enough time to do it.
What's the machine capacity, the thickness, length, and width?
Oh, they're all different. This one was 24 by 36. It was a shop bought. Shop bought's made in North Carolina, probably 40 miles from me.
How thick can you get in that?
You could probably go down, I'll bet with a 1/4-inch cutter, or no, probably a 1/4-inch cutter, you could probably go 1.25 inches or somewhere.
Are you limited by the cutter or by the machine?
No, you're limited by the cutter, I think, and the speed.
I have a shop bought CNC. I mentioned it a couple weeks ago that it has a 4-foot by 10-foot table, so I can mill huge things. And to answer the question that was just raised, if I needed to get deeper on a part, I just bought a longer cutter. You can go with short ones, you can go with long ones, and also router bits are a whole lot more expensive than end mills for metalworking. So I use a lot of end mills when I CNC.
It's fabulous, the possibilities. The longer you go, the slower you have to go so you don't break the bit off. But if you want to take your time, I think you could do all kinds of things with this.
I always say it's limited by your imagination.
Yeah. If I had more shop room, well, other than the connotation is it's done with CNC. It takes the handwork out. People, as soon as they hear CNC, it's like something off a production line, which is fabulous. If you wanted 10 of these that match, you could do that in no problem at all. And I threw this in. This is my latest. This is a salad bowl set, sapelli and maple. These are done ringmaster style. This is the bottom of them. These are all cut from 1-inch boards. And oiled with Mahoney oil, I guess. That's it.
Okay, and your share, if you would.
Gotcha.
Comments for Jim? Comments on CNC? How many of you guys have a CNC set up? Could I, little wave hand? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so they're coming into the more general use, it looks like. How many of you would like to have one?
You gotta be kidding.
Yeah, okay. So it goes.
Hey, Jim.
Wonderful for making blanks, the blank itself.
Yeah.
Jim, it looked like you had a third wood on that last set. You sure you didn't have 3 different species?
No, there's only 2.
I saw an orange one on the edge of the bowl and I wondered what it was.
No, it's maple and sapelli.
Wood shop. Thank God for wood.